The Edmonton Oilers lose a very weird game to the St. Louis Blues. One that you don't see very often in an NHL situation, but nothing seemed to be going their way, with many called back goals and just the puck not bouncing their way. It was a very weird loss to the St. Louis Blues, let's say, but we also have some very important news on Mattias Ekholm, that he is a menace to the rest of the league and a problem for whoever he's going to go up against, as well as Warren Foegele. What's going to happen with him and the Edmonton Oilers this summer as he is going to be becoming a UFA? So we're going to be talking about all of that here in this video. Before we do, we notice that 97% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Edmonton Oilers news as it happens, you're in the right spot. Make sure to hit the sub button. Join us along here as we cover everything about the Edmonton Oilers and keep you up to date with everything this team has to offer. But like I said, let's get straight into the game. This was a really, really weird one. That's the simplest way to put it. Now, a lot of bounces that didn't go the Oilers' way, few goals called back, and I have a tweet here that it kind of summarizes the game better than I can put it in my own words, but here it goes. Hey, how do the Oilers lose this game? Melt the ice a bit so the puck bounces around, call Toronto, make sure the high stick goalie interference calls don't go their way, tell the refs to call a couple penalties against them that are close, and let a few go on the Blues. Done. Now, obviously, this is just satire. This is not exactly how the game went. There was nothing like this, but it just kind of seemed like that while watching. It just kind of seemed that nothing was going the Oilers' way at all this game. A lot comes out of this, good and bad, but, it just wasn't a game for the Oilers. It wasn't their night. It wasn't something that they really had any control over. Not a bad game from everybody on the team, as I'll show here in this screenshot. Mattias Ekholm, obviously, once again at the top of this list, kind of in a category by himself, but not very much negative, as you can see. The on-ice defense, on-ice offense and defense is all pretty good for the rest of the team here, but it just seemed like the Oilers didn't really have a chance just because of the luck of the draw. But once again, this is still a pretty good situation, a pretty good game for the Oilers, as they still did get a point in overtime, mainly because the Kings lost to the Jets in regulation, so they didn't gain a point on that, and the Oilers get 1 point and have a game in hand, being 8 points ahead. That's really the main focus, the main priority here in this game was getting at least a point so that we move up ahead a tiny bit more. And just happened that the Kings didn't get a point here on this night. So a very good situation there. But once again, it's going to be a kind of a situation now where going for the rest of this season, you're going to want to just get a few, point here, 2 points there, just to kind of keep that distance ahead of the Vegas Golden Knights and the LA Kings. So it seems to be that this is going to be a good situation. They're kind of rolling. Obviously a few losses here and there, but we're not going to touch on that too much. Not going to touch on any of the in-depth game parts of this one. But the Oilers can definitely keep on getting a few points for the rest of the season. Keep them ahead. They're in a pretty good spot now. 8 points ahead of the LA Kings, 5 points ahead of the Golden Knights, and have a game in hand on both. So it seems to be pointing in the right direction for the Edmonton Oilers here. But Mattias Ekholm, he was really the highlight of this game, I guess you could say, obviously, as you've seen through that stat card, but also just being an absolute menace for the rest of the league and a problem for whoever he's coming up against. I have a stat here. Now, obviously, this is not going to count last night. This is kind of a few days old here, but it says the Edmonton Oilers acquired Mattias Ekholm February 28th, 2023. It's from Bob Stouffer, by the way. Top plus minus in the NHL since then, and he is 68 points, or plus 68 there, ahead of Gustav Forsling, Connor McDavid, Dylan DeMello, Devon Toews, Evan Bouchard, and Quinn Hughes. So some very good names there, and obviously Mattias Ekholm on the Edmonton Oilers along with McDavid and Evan Bouchard. So that pairs up well, but you can just see the amount of the impact he has on this team, I guess you could say, is absolutely insane. I believe he has 13 points or something in his last 10 games. I can't remember exactly what it was. I seen it right before recording this video, but he's been an offensive menace as of late. Every night in and out, you see him getting a goal or an impact offensively on a play, and it's just a good sign that you don't need Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman to be able to contribute on the offense like he has. He's surrounded by Darnell Nurse, Evan Bouchard, two incredible defensemen, and it's a good thing to see that you can put your offensive capabilities or liabilities on the defense, and have them be able to, do their own stuff without the need for a McDavid, a Draisaitl, a Hyman, and Bouchard, and, Ekholm, Darnell Nurse, have been playing well. There's some mixed opinions in there for what's going on the defense stuff, like Evan Bouchard being an offensive. But together, I think it works really well. Having Ekholm offense and defense has been absolutely incredible. A great acquisition, and, it's going to be a very big impact from him for the rest of the season heading into the playoffs. Whatever situation they're in, who they're playing, whatnot. But I'm excited to see what he can do the rest of the season. He's on a very high right now, and I expect this to continue. It don't look like he's slowing down. And it's going to be a very fun few weeks for the Oilers here. But we have another topic here, like I said at the intro. Warren Foegele, what is next for him? They acquired him being a third-line guy, and he absolutely filled that role and more. But he's going to be a UFA after the end of the season. And do the Edmonton Oilers go and get him back? Do they let him walk and try and find a new third-line guy? Or what's the situation here? That comes from an article from The Athletic and kind of sparked my interest a bit here. This is the response to that question that was posted in this article. So the difficult math this summer. Management has several UFA players this offseason, with Foegele and Vincent Desharnais at the top of the signing list. Other UFA forwards includes recently acquired Adam Henrique, Sam Kirk, along with veterans Mattias Janmark, Connor Brown, and Corey Perry. Goalies Calvin Pickard, defenseman Troy Stecher may also be under consideration for contract offers. The money will be tight in July, but the issue for management is clear. Find a suitable replacement for this player, being Warren Foegele, for fewer dollars won't be easy. So knowing that they probably have that leverage point on on Warren Foegele, being able to talk with him right now, being on the team, knowing what he likes here, being able to offer him some things that he wants, I think is definitely a bonus for the Oilers. And I do think that Warren Foegele is definitely the defenseman the third line forward, the fourth line forward, depth piece, I guess we'll say, that they want. He's been absolutely excelling with the Oilers, I guess you could say, although it might not seem like it on point sheet or whatever. But you can see here over his 3 years, this is all numbers for 5-on-5 from the 2021 season to 23-24. You can see his points per 60 minutes is going up, his expected goal percentage has gone up, his time on ice per game is going up, and he's taking that next level to his game that the Oilers are looking for on this third, fourth line. So if they can get Warren Foegele back, I don't think Warren Foegele is going to be a guy who wants much money, who's going to be demanding much money. This is definitely going to be one that I think the Oilers should focus on. It's going to be easy to get a third, fourth line forward, but to the level of Warren Foegele, for the money that you might be offering him, and he's going to have stiff competition. He's shown that, from this one here, from these stats, that he's definitely an improved player for a depth piece that many people are going to be going after. So it's going to be an important thing for the Oilers to see if they can get something done. It's going to be a very, I'd say, tough battle if they do let him go to free agency and try and get him back there rather than re-signing him before. It's going to be something that is going to be close for the Oilers. He's going to have stiff competition from many other teams, and he's going to be on high demand for teams that are looking for a depth piece like him, who's been only growing in his game this past few seasons. So the Oilers, I do definitely think, should make a move back on him, try and get him back, and, with this list of here, many other people, but I think really Warren Foegele is the main priority, as it says there. Finding a suitable replacement for him will not be easy for the few dollars. So, once again, I think that Warren Foegele definitely should be back on this team. I think the Oilers should make that their main priority in the re-sign phase rather than the free agencies. So let me know what you think. Mattias Ekholm being an absolute menace. Let me know what you think about the game, though. I want to see. I've really enjoyed reading the tweets from this game, but everybody not realizing or knowing what's going on just because of how much weird stuff happened. But like I said, that's all I got here. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, give the video a like. Make sure the sub button, like I said, will be up to date with all of the Oilers news. But that's all I got. Like I said, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.